Hey everyone, I came across a really strange issue while working on Next.js project. So my SEO metadata was not showing up where it should be. So instead of being inside the head tag, some of it was actually landing inside the body tag. And at first I thought that this was a Next.js bug, but it wasn't. It turned out to be something much simpler. Okay, so first I'll show you what the issue is. Okay, so here, if I search for this description meta tag, you can see this tag is available here. All these meta tags are available here, but if you check it closely, these tags are appearing inside the body tag instead of appearing inside the head tag. And even if you check in this page source, you might see these tags, okay, all these meta tags, but again, if these are not appearing inside the head tag, then this is a problem. Okay, and I'll tell you what the problem is. So when you will be checking it with Lighthouse, basically to check your SEO score, so Lighthouse will start complaining that few of the tags are missing, and even if the tags appears here inside the body tag, it will not be available to Lighthouse. Okay, so that's the main issue which what I was facing. And before diving into the solution, I want to give you a context of this application as well. So earlier I was using Pages Router. This application is built using Next.js, and earlier I was using Pages Router, and then recently I migrated to the whole project to App Router. So now in Pages Router, we use this head tag to generate the title of a page, right? And when we used App Router, so in App Router we use this generate metadata functions. Okay, so the issue was related to this only. Okay, so now most of my SEO was generated using this generate metadata function, which is the recommended approach for App Router. But in few places, I was still using that next head tag. And again, because I migrated from Pages Router to App Router, I forgot to clean those instances. So everything compiled, there were no errors. But when I inspected the page, again, the generated HTML wasn't what I expected. So as I shown you there, that these tags are appearing inside the body tag, right? So now the whole discovery after running into this issue is that this App Router has its own metadata API. That's how Next.js collects all your metadata and it generates the final head tag and appends all that tags there. But now the problem is, if with this App Router you are using this next head tag, which is ideally designed for the old Pages Router, so it will start, all these tags will start behaving differently. So again, that's the problem. I was mixing these two different approaches. This is the reason why my application was breaking basically. Okay, so now the fix is very straightforward. I removed the remaining next head tag again from all the pages, and I'll give you a context in the code as well. So here if you see, I was using this page head title, which is a wrapper over this next head tag. And again, this is one of the benefit of writing wrapper components. So now let's say if you want to check whether this is causing the issue, we can just disable it at this place and it will be disabled at all the other places. So this is one of the other thing that I wanted to highlight, that when you are writing code in production, make sure if something is getting used at a couple of places, you try to add a wrapper over it. Again, I'll give you an example as well. So let's say you are using a toaster service, or maybe you're using a API service, basically where you are using maybe fetch or maybe Axios to call those API. So instead of importing this Axios installed at all the places where you are calling the API, instead create a wrapper. Okay, so the wrapper will be beneficial in that case when let's say you use this Axios package, okay, for all those API calls, but again at some point of time you realize that you want to switch to any other API service, and let's say you want to use fetch now. So instead of changing it at all the places, you can just do it at one place and it will work just like this one. So here if I just now disable this tag, and let's say for now I just return an empty tag and remove the import from here. So, and once we push this code, all the tags will start appearing in the correct place. And one thing also that I want to highlight is, in local this was not an issue, but yes, when I deployed the website, okay, so basically on live, on production, it was actually causing a problem. Yeah, so that was it. This was the issue that I was facing, and I think if any of you is facing something similar, you can actually check once if you are combining these two different approaches together. And if you run into similar App Router issues, let me know in the comments. I would love to make more videos covering real production debugging stories like this.